Okay, we're going through some eye sequencing here off of a couple different rounds. So we're going off of free ball offense to start, okay? Our attacking people tonight. So right now our 14-2s are set up to just get free balls, okay? We're chipping in free balls to their DSs. Eric, can I have enter balls? I'm actually so I can see over here. Okay, we're just entering balls to DSs. Our attackers are already transitioned for this free ball round, okay? Our attackers tonight, okay, need to hold up a hand or a fist in front of their body before the setter sets the ball, okay? So we're working on our eye work on our blocking side and our defensive side so that we are tracking the pass, we're calling on, off, and over, and then we're finding our hitter before the setter sets. So as this ball is on its way to Dahlia, our blockers at the net need to take their eyes to their hitter and say out loud, hand or fist, okay, whatever their attacker is holding up, and then go back to Dahlia to call out who she's setting. Does that make sense? Okay? So on, off, or over, check with your hitter, and then say what Dahlia is setting, find your hitter and get up, okay? If we can work on the end piece of our eye work also, coaches, okay? We want to make sure that we're tracking the ball long enough to know it's not coming over the net, and then we're making sure we are seeing the attacking arm of that person and the ball in our view, and we're not just getting locked on the ball, okay? But the most important part of this for our eye work tonight is that we're tracking the pass on, off, and over, and identifying our hitter before the setter contacts the ball, and then we're saying which direction they're setting or who they're setting, okay? So if these guys go here, our blockers on that side are going to be loaded, okay? They're watching this pass, calling on, off, and over. Say the ball on your head. Attackers on this side, what are you doing? Hand or fist. Okay, if you don't do anything, they can't call anything, okay? So wait till they contact their pass, and then hold a hand or fist. Make sense? Okay. Good. Okay, so our eye work at the net, okay? We want to make sure that we see the pass first and call on, off, or over. All of us at the net in this demo are like darty eyes here, trying to figure out what our attacker's doing, okay? Calm our eyes for a minute. We need to watch the pass, decide if it's on, off, or over, and then we're just taking a quick look at our hitter, okay? So we don't need to like fully look away. You don't need to be able to read their shirt. That's why we're only doing hand or fist. We're not doing anything more obvious or more intricate, okay? Yeah. As soon as they pass the ball, so as soon as Lex contacts, you can put up a hand or a fist. Does that make sense? Okay, so blockers, you need to watch the pass, okay, decide if it's on, off, or over, take a quick look, and be back at Dahlia by the time she's touching the ball. Okay, let's try again. Okay, here we go. On, off, or over. Good, that's better. Okay, good. Okay, that side now, okay, after we're done with our eye work, we're fully transitioning to attack. No one's playing defense on this side. We're just going to reset for another free ball, okay? We are mostly focused on the eye work over there and our sequencing, okay? Even back row defenders, we need to make sure that at the very minimum, we're calling out on, off, and over and where the ball is going, okay? We also have a much better view back there of being able to read our attacker's arm, okay? So we need to be helping if we're seeing them drop their hand to tip or we're seeing anything like that our blockers may not be picking up on as early, okay? There are a lot of times that we see people approaching and they have their hand up in the air the whole time and we still aren't getting the balls on the other side, okay? So we gotta be able to identify that earlier, okay? Especially back row, because our blockers might still be tracking that ball and you might already know before they see it, okay? So let's help them out and be communicating that early, okay? So attackers here, we're holding up a hand and fist as soon as that pass gets contacted, okay? Blockers, your job is to identify your hitter, okay? So middles, you're finding the middle, pins, you're finding the pin in front of you, okay? We don't need to identify everyone, but that's why we're saying it out loud, okay? So if Grace identifies in a real life scenario, instead of identifying hand or fist, Grace would be identifying that someone's moving into a gap, okay? If she says that out loud, Claire can identify her hitter and hear that she's going to need help and stay in the middle of the court. Does that make sense how this is going to translate for us? Okay, so we're working on hand and fist because it's the most basic version of this, okay? In real life, how that's going to translate with our eyes is that we can pick up on patterns our hitters are running and help the people next to us on the court, okay? So our first round is all free balls. Let's show one more ball where we play the whole thing out. Okay, so on, off, or over, find your hitter, identify where it's going, transition to attack on that side. Okay? All right, here we go. Good, good. Okay, so if that ball comes back, side when the ball comes back, we're getting rid of it, getting reset into a controlled ball. Okay? So that's our first round. Our second round, we're going off of a full defensive transition on this side. Okay, so this time, we're going to start in base on this side too, so 6 people in a base. So once we both come through our free ball round, we're going both people in a base. We're going to alternate directions. So this time, we're just going to go this side. Okay, we're making a full transition on this side, like I'm attacking over the net. Okay, so fully playing out our defense. Now we're using our eye work out of a defensive transition. Okay, our attackers are not going to be giving us hand and fist, but we still want to make sure we're checking on our attacker and where they are. So if we're playing defense here and Maddie gets sucked all the way in here, okay, if she decides to audible and run a 2, that's something that Abby needs to be communicating. Okay, so we're communicating where our hitter is going, okay, and then what we see, so we're still using our eye work the same way. Okay, let's go back to our bases over here. You're fully blocking, fully defensive transitioning. Okay, again, you guys are passing to attack over here. When it comes back, we let it go. Cool. Okay, here we go. Go. Good. Transition. Here we go. Good. 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 Play it out over here. And then let it go. Good. Okay, and then they would reset again on this side. Okay, so let's go through that first contact. Okay, we want to at least get back to our bases and put up a block for them. But then we're going to let that contact go. Okay, so we can dig the first ball if we want, but we're not playing it back out to them. Okay, we're shortening our rallies here so that we're always starting with some sort of controlled variable here so that we can work on our eye work on the opposite side. Both those rounds make sense, coaches. Okay, your first round is all free balls. Hitters are already transitioned. We're going hand and fist. The second round, we're going off of offensive or defensive transitions on this side, fully transitioning on the other side using our eye work. Okay, 4 rounds total so that each group goes through both rounds. Cool.